Welcome back to Popes and Pilots. Let's play some more Europa Universalis IV in what's probably episode 80 of our campaign of going for the Saxon Federation, a custom achievement where we have to have 75 princes in the Holy Roman Empire whilst following a whole slew of rules. We are pretty much on that mission right now because we're trying to get the Poles to release some land that they took out of the Empire completely against, well, all the laws, essentially. So, yeah, they require punishment. And we are working on exactly that. We're sitting in a war against Augsburg. Not because there's anything left in that war to do, but because we used that war to keep the French from protecting the Poles. And while we have less than 25% war score, the French could still join this war, as they're still allied. And I don't want that. So what I'm doing is I'm preventing that from happening by keeping every Frenchman busy doing nothing, sitting around in Augsburg, waiting for their role in the war to come. It's not going to come. But well, they're helping, and while they're helping on my side of the war, they can't join another war on side opposing me. And that's the deal. We're pretty much sieging everything. I kind of want to walk to Lubnai, but I cannot, because why? Must be Krakow in the way. Yeah. As soon as we have Krakow, we can also go there, but for now we cannot. But we can probably speed up the siege of Krakow by adding some more cannons. 8 artillery would be a +4 bonus. I have 8 artillery here. Yes, I know this is one too many cannons. Can't really be bothered to fix that. There goes the siege of Kaunas. Here comes an attack on my poor troop that I didn't see coming. This guy wasn't able to walk anywhere anyway. Well, they can just walk there, which seems fine. You super siege guys, so let's have you go to the siege as well. And then Lithuania should fall in due time. No, we're at 26%. I'm gonna give it a little more leeway. I don't want to risk dropping down for reasons. Like losing a battle somewhere, going below 25% war score, and then suddenly being very unhappy with my life because I'm fighting the French, and I don't yet want to fight the French. I do want to fight the French, just not yet. I think I'm guaranteeing you, Amandai, good English. Independence guaranteed by Saxony, yes. Which should protect most of these miners, except for the fact that there's Ragusa. But I think Ragusa is still protected by the Ottoman, yeah. Okay. Why does Ragusa matter? Because these guys are allied to it, and if the Ottomans would attack Ragusa, then they would get into a war against empire countries without my protection. And clearly that would not be great. Still have running kids or whatever in the flat above. Still hope you don't hear that. I was looking for this subjects, and I would like you all really be siege focused. We don't need all of these guys here. The reason I put the other stack on here, the one led by Alexander, is because Alexander has 1,000,000 siege pips. And I wanted him to help with the siege. But you... Well, you cannot walk anywhere? Yes, you can. But only in the one step. That's weird. Weird things are happening to Zone of Control over there. But I guess that is just what it is. If you guys log in, I can kill you in Sandomir. I can go to these places or not, because I'm being Zone of Control heavily. I think this is all a remainder of the fact that there were forts that were not projecting Zone of Control earlier because of being under Swedish control. But now that they're gone, they're suddenly zone of control, and I have no return province to go to. I think that's what's happening. At least that's what it feels like. 46% war score. I think at this point we can peace out Augsburg. The French should not be able to join at 46%. Knock on wood. So what do we want from you? We want you to release Salzburg for sure. It's going to cost me a bunch of dip, which is not great because I don't have dip. I could technically take it and release it, but that costs me... What does it cost me? Generates aggressive expansion, which I don't want. Costs me a bit of prestige, which I don't have. Guess we're just gonna have to pay the dip. It's gonna get a lot better once we're done with those ideas. I do wonder. I'm also gonna want to release stuff from the Poles with dip. No, we're not gonna use dip here, right? Even though we could release Galicia Volhynia, they would not be in the Empire and just die. So no, that's not happening. So no. Oh, I could cancel subject Lithuania. Costs all the war score. But that would hurt the Poles so much. Oh wow, but it sort of helps the Russians. And I don't think that's good. I'm gonna do this. I hate the dip cost. But what can you do? Why? What casus belli did he use to declare this? It's now a conquest war. Did it declare a conquest war? Didn't mean to declare a conquest war. There was Imperial Liberation available. Or is the fact that Imperial Liberation went away as casus belli, did that actually change my war? Either way, it's bad. I did want Imperial Liberation, and not this. Because then releasing would have been free. It's either my mistake because I chose the wrong casus belli, or it's my mistake because I let the war drag on. Although we did need that, so maybe that part is fine. Let me know in the comments if you know if I did a boo-boo there, or if that just is the thing, the way the game works. Either way, we're gonna pay 123 dip for nothing. And I'm not gonna make you a vassal or anything. I'm probably gonna look for your trade stuffs. Trade power, war reps. Give up claims in Saxony. Nah. I do want prestige. The French didn't do anything this war, so I can probably generate some prestige by ending a rivalry here. Yeah, most of the prestige goes to me. Cool. Because we do actually need prestige this time. Money? Why not? Why? Just makes the peace deal longer. We don't need those numbers. They're not even numbers. Yeah. Get you out of here. Bit of a sad ending to the war. Could call the French. No, I could call Estonia into the war. What to say? I'm sure the French wouldn't join the war. Why can't I call Estonia in? We're at 46% war score. I hope I didn't make a mistake here. If those French troops turn red in a minute, then we know I made a big boo-boo. I'm pretty sure that's how the game works, though. Let's hope. Sweden needs to be eaten, of course. But there was already their lot in life. It's just more Swedish land that needs to be dealt with. There's a bunch of Lithuanians. We have 10 and 10, and they have 15 and 0, so they would outflank me. They have a cruddy general, I have a good general. This seems fine. Also, they're Lithuanians, they're probably crap anyway. Is that racist? probably racist. But I mean, it's what this game is like, right? It makes me say racist things. And I honestly don't mean anything by it. I've said this before on the video, and I'll say it again. If I do say things against your nation or your religion or anything on this channel by playing these kinds of games, it's not because I have anything against your nation or your religion or anything. It's only because this is how this game works. That's all. The French have not joined. Again, I don't think they can. We are below 50 power projection. I think I can spend the prestige now. Send a proper insult here to the Poles. Scornfully insult them. Make Ottomans and Ghazi like me. Sure. Russian culture is something of an oxymoron. I do think so. There we go. Go up on the power projection. Keep generating the monarch points. Eat some smaller fish here. Keep moving into all of Lithuania. Where the frick is Lithuania? Right here. Any troops left over here? No. Cool. Coup. Humph. Still a bit sour about the fact that I didn't get to have Imperial Liberation there. Really want to know whether that's my mistake. Less shock damage received. Not bad. It's not fire damage. And we're in the stage of the game where fire damage matters a lot more. But it's still good. It's just not as nutty as fire damage would be. But obviously if you take less damage, your troops are going to be fresher, they're going to deal more damage, everything is just going to be better. So it's not just losing less troops, but it's also just fighting way better. Essentially every combat tick you're losing 10% less troops, fewer troops. And I think you're also losing 10% fewer morale. Which in turn means that you're gonna fight 10% better the next phase. Compared to what you would have done before. So you're gonna do another 10%. So it's sort of like interest. It's gonna accumulate and be sweet. Why is Hungary at war? What's going on, Hungary? You're not at war yet. Counterkeeper Austria, allied to Russia. You should be relatively protected against the Ottoman. How's Ragusa doing? Still protected? Good. Now, if the Hungarians decide to attack Transylvania, we should still get called in, right? Because Hungary is not in the empire. No. Should have generated a bunch more prestige in the early peace out of the smaller nations. I forgot that that's a thing again. That we need to worry about again. I would really like to have some prestige now to spend on releasing the Tuts. Because that's something we really need to do. And by release I mean de-vassalize them. They're not providing us with much as a vassal. And if they're not a vassal, they have a chance to join the empire. And that would be much more interesting. Or helpful. This is essentially all done. You guys can merge up. Once he can move, he can merge up too. Ah, there's Pomerania though. There's somebody we can milk for a bunch of prestige. And these tiny battles also generate prestige. Not a lot, but some. Popped. And then I think the Polish War is very much over. There's still a lot of war score to go. That must be mostly the Pomeranian capture, right? Because I have control of all of Poland. What's going on here? Memmingen? That war's still going on? How's that war going anyway? You're winning. What a surprise. So we're gonna have to free Memmingen very soon. I assume we're just gonna be able to tell the Austrians that they should return it. But now here we did use the Imperial thing, right? Yeah, Imperial ban. What are the Russians doing here? Let's not send that many troops. Let's just send the 1.9k. The Russians are not taking that land. They're at peace. They're just not feeling going home, I guess. Maybe it's warmer in Poland. Speaking of going home, I think my troops can start walking home. Let's go to Pest. I have nobody up here, but we don't really need it. Yeah, sure, there's a couple of Lithuanians and... Actually, it's Pomeranians, I believe. And Poles over there, but that's... It's not really relevant. Let's just start getting people home. This is gonna jump to 100% once we take Pomerania, I'm pretty sure. Or at least very close to. There's Krakow, it puts us to 92. And then Pomerania should... Danzig should finish the deal. How many troops do I have? Oh, it's not even my own troops. It's fine. I was about to reduce siege stack size because it looked like too many troops. But turns out it's not my troops, so I don't have to worry about it. Speaking of worrying, go home. Go home. Is everybody moving now? It feels like most people are moving. You're not moving. Come home. I'm giving them pretty rough directions as to where to go right now. It's mostly a please go in a home-like direction. Everything else can be sorted out later. I'm gonna need to rebuild my stacks anyway. You guys walk home. Honestly, at 94% we can... no, let's not. I was about to say we can peace out, but I actually want... Danzig to be taken, which might happen now, but first there's Danzig, very nice. But there's also a mill cap. Tech certainly far away, and I don't think there are many rebels to deal with. Hungarian separatists at 0% progress, no. So legitimacy not needed. So all I can do here is either hire more generals, which having the general thing on could be a thing, or we just develop. I think we just develop. I'm greedy like that. I also probably have a ton of encouraged development edicts on that really do not need to be on. Not here though, not in Skaraborg or Elfsborg. And both of them should be in a decent trade region, right? Actually, Elfsborg is. Skaraborg is also here. So let's take Västra turn on encourage development, and put a couple of clicks into Elfsborg and a couple of clicks into Skaraborg. Not insane numbers by any stretch, but hey. Can I refocus on dip, and do I want to refocus on dip? I cannot. Do kind of want to. I might have to think about coring Siena very soon. Right, there's the Naples, not Naples, the other Naples. Pomerania, the other Naples. You only have one rivalry? That sucks. One more prestige. Give me your war reps and your trade power. And then anything I can do for some prestige? That's so little prestige. And the alliance to Poland, I guess. Yeah, that'll be fine. It's only 10 prestige, but it is 10 prestige at least. Immediately for themselves, get out. And then we peace out the Polish War. Once our guy is back. Now. Wait, oh, that's the... We played around earlier with the release Lithuania thing. I can make that release Polotsk. So return course. Wait. Alright, this was Schlesian land that needs to go back to the Empire, but it doesn't need to become Schlesian. And same is true for Siamgala, right? Yeah. So we're just going to take the Empire land back for ourselves. Because why not? Sure, some people care. Whatevs. This is all going to be mine. It also gives me a way to spend some admin. And then, unfortunately, I cannot go ahead and also end your Lithuanian overlordship, I don't believe. And the alliance with France. Because that's scary. War reps from you are going to be pretty significant, so let's take those. Steering trade is also tempting. Do we want a long peace deal or a short peace deal to the Poles? Probably shorter is actually more what we're interested in, right? I want to come back and... do we want more stuff from the Poles? I mean, at some point I want Galicia Volhynia to be a thing. And in the Empire. Until then it's just taking land for myself, which is nice. Nice to be able to do. Maybe this is fine. Maybe we don't need the money. Currently we can just release nations. For free. Because of the CB. Should probably do that. And especially Galicia Volhynia might be a thing we can protect and get into the Empire at some point. Polotsk is this just feeding the Russians? No, it's not, right? This is Russia. Might just be feeding the Russians. I do like more nations on the board. Let's do it. Also gives me a bunch of prestige. Sweet. Let's do that and then not have a... Don't need a longer peace deal, I don't think. Yeah, this is fine. I dig it. Holy Roman Reclamation. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Grabbed a bunch of land back. I'm gonna core all that new reclaimed land. Welcome back to the Empire. That's gonna help our generation too, right? It's only... there's still 12 provinces. The controlled non-member states. That's so much. Did this update yet? 12 seems like a high number. And there's the Swedish problem, right? I believe Sweden owns some... Oh, this is mine. Actually, that's not. So it should be striped, right? So there's a bunch of French stuff, of course. And there's Friuli and Dalmatia. And there's Ursel, because Estonia just doesn't want to join the Empire. Grr. Fine. Poland, I have some spy network. I want to make some claims. What would be what I want? I would like a connection to Galicia Volhynia. And I mean, I would like a connection to Polotsk, but that part's going to be difficult. But Galicia Volhynia just requires... Technically, all I need is Novi Sax, because this is in the Empire. So if I take Novi Sax, then I have a direct connection. I cannot fabricate a claim? Oh, because I don't have a neighboring province. I could take this and core this, I just can't fabricate on it. Which is bah. Maybe Trenchant, because of the fort. What about states? Let's have a look at states. Slovakia is a state that I don't care too much about. Okay, so Krakow and that would be a thing. Doesn't really matter, is what you're saying. Let's take a claim on the Trenchant because it's the fort and I might want to take it. It's not highly impactful. Either way. And then we're probably going to take Novi Sax. And get that connection. Merge you up, merge you up. Do I have only 2 stacks that are not moving? Yes, good. So everybody is moving home, except for those that are not. Makes sense. Made sense in my mind. Move you all guys home. And then we should consider our next war. When is the time to punch the French? We just did just drop them of a powerful ally. But we would have a 5-year truce anyway. When we cancel that alliance. So one option is to punch our way through Venice now. And Naples and Savoy and Lucca. Magdeburg, Venice and Lucca. This way we don't get Savoy. This is why we don't get Naples involved, which is kind of nice. Unless I co-belligerent you. Which might be a thing. Where'd you go? Cleansing of heresy. We have a truce? Of course we have a truce. How long is that truce? 80. You are 82, right? Yeah. Does anybody else need punishment that I forgot? I mean, Austria always needs punishment. Who are you allied to? No one? But you're supporting the independence of Lithuania? And guaranteeing about everybody's independence? I like it. If Austria wasn't a heretic, I might even be inclined to let them live. I mean, let them live powerfully. As it stands, probably not. Start taking Wien. Make our way through here. It's going to generate a lot of progressive expansion. But it's going to sync up my land, which is nice. 70, what, 82? No, 80, right? We can wait until 80. That's next year. That's easy. Is it 80 again? Saxony, 80. To you? 80. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do that. The question is whether I co-belligerent or not. Kinda tempted to. Can I co-belligerent Lucca as well? What are your friends? Savoy and Venice, so yes. So we're gonna fight Magdeburg, Venice, Lucca, Savoy, and Naples. Sounds fine. I think we have a plan. We need a small army here to deal with Magdeburg. That runs 5 cannons and that's about it. We have a cannon, right? Yeah. Let's place you in Altmark, and you're gonna be my Magdeburgian killing machine. The Magdeburgian killing machine. Convert you to proper Saxon. Oh, why is Czech cheaper? What? Cancel? Oh, I must have made Straubing Czech. I did. Okay. So let's make this Czech as well. And then I guess while we're at it, check our conversion ward again. There might be more things on here. Tuscan. Right. I don't have the dip to do it. And I don't need to do it. I have accepted Tuscan. Right, that's why we did this. Russia making claims on me. Can always go into Russia, but expanding here seems more important. Yeah, getting more powerful is always nice. But we are very powerful. We don't need more land. 3 mercantilism? Heck yeah. Yoink. Also, can I ask you for money? I can. And I will. Give me those ducats. Quick check of construction, and then we're gonna put a cut in here. Because as always, we have reached the end of all time. These manufacturers are all pretty dust. I don't even know what word I was trying to say there. Dastardly? What's the sorting here? This is... What's a better sorting? Bergenshus and Erzburg, eh? It's pretty high cost for 8.5. It's not the end of the world. Let's just do this. It's gonna get better over time anyway. Any shipyards? No. Just did stock exchanges. Any really good of these? I guess. Not that I really need manpower, but why not? Anyway, we're gonna put a cut in here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, as always, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Tell me in the comment section how much you love me eating attrition there with 70,000 troops in one spot. And if you have anything else to say, please, please, please use that comment section for it. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.